Hello, Soul Family. This is for the empaths and the dreamers that know where they want to go but don't know how to start. We all have dreams. We know that in order to really achieve that dream, it'll take you away from what you currently know. And a lot of times we self sabotage to justify us not achieving what we know we're capable of. But until you understand, visualize, and see that you can achieve your dream and embody that truth as an undeniable fact instead of, you know, a plethora of reasons as to say why you're not. Forget the manifestation, forget understanding anything spiritual. This is identity. I mean, yes, those things do help, but once you understand that the things that you do on a daily basis doesn't line up to the person that you want to be, and until you believe that you can actually be that person, those changes that you find so hard because it's subjective and they're not as hard as your old self is fighting to stay relevant. The new things are challenges, but if that's ultimately where you want to go, isn't that a challenge you would rather accept instead of, you know, laying in the bed of comfortability because it's habitual, because you know what to expect. There's no surprises in a sense. So we just get caught in the loop of being content with the lack of surprise. But we all have things that we want to accomplish. And yeah, you can call them hard, but we have to acknowledge the person that got us to where we are today. But slowly but surely, we have to wish them the best and tell them goodbye. Because, you know, they'll still be with you in a sense, but those will be your impulses and your reactions to things. But once you identify who you want to be and start embodying those changes and you build yourself up to be who you want to be, those you'll honestly start responding differently, you'll be moving differently, and it may be completely different from who you started out as from. So it's detrimental that you try not to get caught up in your shortcomings while changing into the person you want to be, but instead keep your eyes and your vision on the person that has achieved it. What do they look like? What do you look like as that person? And how can you make becoming that person easier for yourself with your daily activities, what you're prioritizing, and just showing yourself grace in the process of you actually working towards those objectives. And consistency is key, but you can only be as consistent as you're allowing your old way of living and your old lifestyle to persist in where you're going. For me, perfect example. Uh, this is I was going on my third day fasting, and I had a lot of eating disorders. Well, I had a bad eating disorder, and it was not until And I've been going on and off, hey, I'm vegan, I want to be, I truly do want to be plant-based. But the habits in my particular environment, I would always fall into the excuse of, oh, well, this perfectly good cheesesteak is given to me, so I might as well partake. But that's not who I want to be. And it wasn't until really getting to a certain point in my own journey that I could say that I'm done being the person that settles for what I know I don't want. I choose the best for myself because I deserve the best, and I won't even partake in what is not the best. And that's what I mean by like really settling yourself into the identity of who you want to be. But it's not easy. I ain't gonna sit up here and say it's a walk in the park, but it's what helps you feel alive again. It brightens up your day, and when you truly see little progress and you can see the milestones in your life and be like, man, I've really I'm coming along so long. Even though you got to work with yourself where you're at, and you might not be perfectly where you want to be at, but just finding the little details that light you up to keep going because you're really seeing the pro. It's like going to the gym for like a month and you're halfway to your weight goal. It's just like, man, I could keep going now. So, but you have to commit that month, and and don't make it seem like, well, the month sounds daunting, but it's one day at a time. You wake up in the morning, you get up out the bed. I'm a rock star. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. Tell yourself that every day as soon as you wake up. And I guarantee that just that alone will motivate you to incorporate more of those new lifestyles that you want a little bit easier. Still not going, it's progress with that too, but that is the mindset that you have to, the zone that you want to consistently keep yourself at. Because when the narrative fits, when you believe you're that person, of course you'll look at what you're doing now as like, why would I be doing that? Like, try to think about it like this. If 5 years in the future, you don't see yourself doing what you're currently doing now, that's even more of a reason to prioritize changing to who you want to be. Especially if you have a dream and you have a vision, but you're not changing as fast as you want to. It's never going to be, it's only going to be as fast as you can break down and integrate new things. You have to break down your old habits and integrate new ones to replace the old habits, but it has to be fluent. It has to be with the flow. You have to tap into the flow. And that's why I advocate for meditation and somatic practices, dancing, to sort of get you in the rhythm of not thinking about what you need to do, but feeling what you want to do, and then thinking about the most efficient ways of incorporating what you want to do and what you need to do to tackle your days. And that's how the masculine and feminine energy work when you understand both. You're feeling what you need, your masculine knows what it needs to do, but you're mixing both energies to live a day-to-day life that doesn't feel like a fucking chore, that doesn't feel dreary or empty or, you know, bare minimum. Like, if you don't put the effort to put into your life what you really want to see out of it, then you can't be mad when you're 70 years old and you're like, damn, life sucked. Or you feel like you're still not where you want to be. So that's just a message because I've been going through my own thing. So hopefully it resonated with you. It was mostly channeled, but until next time, family.